Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Newsroom. I'm your host, Khalid. But today is Friday, the 7th of February 2025, and these are the stories that we'll try to decipher during the course of the show. We'll begin with our President Asif Ali Zardari Sahab's official visit to the People's Republic of China on the invitation of the Chinese President Xi Jinping. And of course, he's had a very busy schedule during his this official visit. He's met with all the important leaders. There have been memoranda that have been signed between both the countries. There have been important meetings that have highlighted the different facets of the important aspects of the relationship between the People's Republic of China and the Islamic Republic of Pakistan. And of course, today also our president is along with the Chinese leadership in Harbin, where he's participating in the opening ceremony of the 9th Asian Winter Games. It's a very important visit. It's a continuation of the different high-level visits that have been happening between Pakistan and China in the last few years, and it shows and it further cements the bond that exists between the two countries. We'll be highlighting different aspects of that in our first segment. Then we are going to talk about the Pakistan lunar rover that is ready for a moon landing aboard Tianqi's 8 mission. This mission is to land at the South Pole, which is a region of interest due to its environment and potential for human exploration. And of course, it highlights again another aspect of the collaboration and cooperation between Pakistan and China in the field of space sciences. Then finally, we're going to talk about the 47th death anniversary of Sufi Ghulam Mustafa Tabassum that is happening today, that is being observed across the world for those who love his poetry, and of course in Pakistan as well. Whether it be the songs in 1965, whether it be the different poems that he has written, he has had a very impressionable name for the Pakistanis across the world. He passed away on this very day in 1978. Let's begin with today's show, and we've been joined by two guests. Let me introduce them to you one by one. My first guest joins us all the way from Harbin. She is the CGTN correspondent, Tianqi. Thank you very much to have joined us. And our second guest, of course, will be Dr. Jamil Khan, who's the former ambassador as well. We'll begin with Tianqi. Tianqi, thank you very much to have joined us. Now, on the invitation of your President Xi Jinping, our President Asif Ali Zardari is in the People's Republic of China as we speak. There have been different important meetings, there have been memoranda that have been signed, and now they are all there for the opening of the Asian Winter Games. How do you view this visit of our President to your country as from a bilateral relations perspective?
Yes, Chinese President Xi Jinping held talks with the Palestinian President Asif Ali Zardari in Beijing on Wednesday, and this conversation has also been endowed with great significance. She said that China and Pakistan enjoy ironclad friendship and are all-weather strategic cooperative partners. And Pakistan President Zardari said that Pakistan will stand steadfastly with China no matter how the situation changes, and he expressed Pakistan's appreciation for the selfless assistance China has provided for Pakistan's economic and social development. He said that Pakistan is willing to learn from China's successful experience and promote the high-quality development of the China-Pakistan economic corridor and cooperation in various fields so as to realize industrialization and modernization. And Chinese President Xi Jinping also said that in recent years, the two countries have provided firm political supports for each other and maintained close, high-level exchanges, setting a good example for relations between countries. And China welcomes Pakistan to become one of the first countries to benefit from China's further deepening of reform comprehensively and expanding high standard opening up. She said, adding that China is ready to deepen political cooperation with Pakistan in various fields, work together to upgrade China-Pakistan economic corridor cooperation, and help Pakistan to consolidate its development foundations and unleash its development potential. And the spokesperson of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs stated that the 2025 Asian Winter Games is also another major comprehensive international ice and snow event hosted by China. after the Beijing Winter Olympics, and it's also another mutual striving for Asian people to deepen exchanges and enhance friendship. In a speech delivered by President Xi at the welcoming banquet of the opening ceremony of the 9th Asian Winter Games, he reiterated that the theme of the 9th Asian Winter Games is the Dream of Winter, Love Among Asia, embodies that the shared aspiration and desire of the Asian people for peace, development, and friendship. We should uphold our shared dream for tranquility and harmony, no matter how the international landscape evolves. We should join hands together to meet all kinds of security challenges and contribute Asian strength to building an equal and orderly multipolar world. And some commentators have also pointed out that the visits of leaders from countries participating in the Belt and Road initiatives, such as Pakistan, are expected to deepen cooperation in areas such as infrastructure connectivity and promote Asian countries' connectivity to a new height. And this will surely require the close interaction and communication among the Asian athletes on the sports arena, as well as the bilateral diplomacy between countries, especially between Pakistan and China.
Thank you very much, Tianqi, to have joined us all the way from Harbin in China, where, of course, the Asian Winter Games are happening. And, of course, she was live with us. Just goes on to show how important our president's visit to China is, and, of course, the importance that is given by China to the spectrum of relations that exists between our two brotherly countries. We, as we all know, whether it be the BRI, of which the CPEC is a major component, has of course opened many doors in Pakistan. It is of course one of the highlights of the bilateral cooperation between China and Pakistan. But that is just not all. There are so many other facets of bilateral cooperation that have been discussed during this visit of our President Asif Ali Zardari to the People's Republic of China, during the meetings with the President of China, Xi Jinping, and the other leaders, whether it be counterterrorism, whether it be economy, whether it be trade cooperation, whether it be a China-Pakistan economic corridor, future connectivity initiatives, AI, and so many other aspects that are forming slowly and steadily the crux of this relation between Pakistan and China. But of course, the base of it all is the China-Pakistan economic corridor, and the part 2 or CPEC version 2 is of course in progress as far as this is concerned. We now have been joined by Ambassador Dr. Jamil Ahmed Khan, who is a former ambassador and foreign analyst. Thank you very much, Dr. Jamil Ahmed Khan, to have joined us. Sir, a joint statement was released that highlighted the importance not only of the relations between Pakistan and China, and what happened and what transpired between both the countries during the visit of our president, which is still on as we speak. Whether it be with Mr. Xi Jinping, whether it be with Mr. Li Qiang, who is the Premier of the State Council of the People's Republic of China, or Mr. Zhao Liji, Chairman of the Standing Committee of the National People's Congress, met with our President respectively and highlighted different aspects of the relations that exist between Pakistan and China. What can be achieved in your point of view through such high-level meetings? And these have been going on since quite some time, because we've had the Chinese Premier who was here, and we also had our Prime Minister who was in China a couple of months back.
Well, any high-level meeting, like the one which we are having now, President Asif Zardari and the President of China, they carry a significance, and a very high significance between the two countries. But now it has attained even further its importance, and that is because of the regional situation which is emerging. And my indicators, I'll just give few indicators so that we are able to discuss that in that perspective, the visit of the president. Although this is the consistency and continuity of our very strong relations, we've been always describing it, they're stronger than steel and sweeter than honey and higher than Himalayas and deeper than sea. We've been describing, and that's true. In fact, China has always been our strategic partner, and we have been having and maintaining all along our strategic relations with China. So this high-level meeting, in view of what emerged just today with the imposition of the sanction on Iran, and then Gaza, taking over Gaza by United States and the Trump statement. So whenever such meetings and interaction takes place, and remember, there are three high-tier and the highest authorities in China. One is the Politburo chairman, the Prime Minister and the President and our President is meeting all three of them. So game is one thing. Yes, that's the routine feature. But there are 34 other countries they are participating in it, and the head of states also coming. So that becomes a multilateral forum. So that's besides point, and that there would be a lot of interaction of our team and our delegation members with their team and their delegation members and their head of state with our head of state. But then coming, if I restrict myself to this very joint statement and the interaction between our president and the Chinese leadership, all the three tier, then this time again, they have reiterated what we've been saying in past. And as you said, the CPAC 2.0, CPAC 2.0 becomes, obviously it attains its trajectory of importance. Why it attains its trajectory of importance? Because the way things are developing, the way things are happening in Middle East, if the Indian Ocean gets affected because of tension, if it's escalate, which it appears it's going to escalate. So in that case, Gwadar becomes, and it is already a very important port and important the entry point of the BRI in terms of its flagship project of CPAC. And I would just like to underscore one point here that it takes China about almost 6 weeks to transport its oil tankers from the Gulf to South China Sea, and from the Gwadar with this access, it's just about 7 days through the road. Just about 14,000 nautical miles as compared to 5,000 kilometers of the road distance. So that shows about the strategic importance, geographical importance of Pakistan, and then coupled with our strong relations with China, it has attained a new trajectory, and this very visit augments that very strength, and that is further, it could further be understood by looking at the joint statement where they say that Afghanistan, they have mentioned about Afghanistan, they have mentioned about the regional security and collaborating in regional security stability, and they're collaborating in counter-terrorism. So multifaceted discussion, and obviously enhancement of security and new defense equipment deal and high level of military meetings, training and technologies, joint defense productions. So all those things were already there, GF-17 and its further version, VT-4 tanks. So those are further escalation of the attainment what we have made, but it had gone a little slowed down. We have to admit that the CPAC, because of some political grounds in the previous regime, and that had really not created a good environment and atmosphere. Again, this present regime is trying to, attain that same level of progress. So 2.0 now has been added, according to this new joint statement, some new dimension. That's the 5G, and then further AI. They are going to capacity building, further AI, and then uplifting the life of the people, creating a project Chashma, and the nuclear, the power plants by itself. China, in the statement, it says about 40,000 jobs would be created from there. And then security initiatives, as I said, that by itself is a part of this joint statement. So if we just encompass, if we encapsulate all these things, then that is a very comprehensive joint statement. And if we correlate that joint statement with a geopolitical happening, what we can witness now, it attains even further importance. So there are about 3-4 points which is directly related to the geopolitics of the region, and about 2-3 points which is directly related to the world politics. Now, what is going to happen now from the imposition of this sanction today, which has happened, because China is the biggest sufferer of that. All the oil tankers.
Ambassador Saab, we'll continue our conversation, but we have to go to a short break. Stay tuned. Let's end our show with these two stories. The first concerns Pakistan's lunar rover that is ready for a moon landing aboard Tianqi's 8th mission. This mission is to land at the South Pole, which is a region of interest because of its environment and its potential for human exploration. Now, this is an interesting aspect because it paves the way for a new era as far as space exploration and space cooperation between Pakistan and the People's Republic of China is concerned. And of course, from the Pakistani side, it's Suparco that is going to be heralding all of this. The agreement has been signed on the 5th of February 2025 in the presence of our President and the Chinese President Xi Jinping. This is an MOU that has been signed amongst the different MOUs that have been signed between both the countries that will pave the way for Pakistan's first indigenous lunar rover to be part of China's Tianqi 8 mission, which is set to launch in 2028. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, today is also the 47th death anniversary of Sufi Ghulam Mustafa Tabassum, who was an eminent writer and poet. His pivotal role as far as Urdu, Punjabi and Persian literature is known to all who love reading and all who love poetry and literature. He has also been associated with many songs that were written during the 1965 war, and these songs still resonate with the public who were present at that time. He was decorated with various awards, various honors in recognition of his contribution to education as well as literature. He passed away on this very day in 1978. With this, ladies and gentlemen, we come to an end of today's newsroom. It's the weekend, so we'll see you inshallah on Monday when news story segments are pertaining to us. You in Pakistan, stay safe. Have a great weekend. Allah Hafiz.